careful, don't step your shoes. All right, we're here with Zach Park, renowned filmmaker, back from California, returned to Slovenia. Zach, thanks for taking the time with us today. What drives you creatively? I mean, your projects have been so varied and so successful since last year's festival. You know, how do you keep those fires going?
You know, I didn't choose to be a filmmaker. It was just inside of me. You know, it's not a choice. But you know, I spent a lot of time out in the desert after I won the Spirit Award last year, and I crossed over. You know, creativity is tapped from thinking out of the box. And the more I got to thinking about it, I thought, how far can I go out of the box? And I wound up in a triangle. You can't be further out of the box than to be inside the triangle. And there's a power that emanates from inside this triangle that really I can't explain, but I am trying to bring it to the people. You know, I've been working on a water project in Africa, and there's a tribe of Indians down there, and they've actually formed a religion around this triangle.
What are you working on now? What can we expect next from you? What are your current projects?
So I've really started pushing what I believe to be a very important environmental movement called horse lane on the highway. What can be more environmental than riding a horse, right? We have the infrastructure there, but we need a lane. I mean, it's clearly unsafe to ride your horse on the highway. I've tried, and I'm a big believer in a horse lane on the highway.
Horses, wow, that's amazing. Do you find that, you know, your feelings and your outlooks on things has drastically changed with your new success?
I tell you, I've always felt superior, so really nothing's changed, and I'm really here just so people can, you know, touch me and see that I'm real.
Very good. Well, Zach, thanks again for taking the time out from your very busy schedule. We really appreciate you, you know, being willing to give back to this little local film festival still, despite all your huge success.
Thank you, Nathan. You know, this town is a lot more pedestrian than I remember it.
All right, would you mind if the press got in touch with you tomorrow while you're filming?
I'm sure that the press already knows about me and
Okay.
will be in touch with me,
Okay.
but absolutely they
that's
can.
awesome. Okay, so Zach Park, where are you from? What's 313?
It's Los Angeles, Hollywood.
Your pens fit fine. You just need to go two sizes larger than the crowds.
So, Mr. Park, I wonder if you would be so kind as to give us your critique of this painting.
Absolutely, Scott.
Wonderful.
Let me examine it for a second.
Yeah.
It's clear that he's tried to capture a landscape here. You can see the bicyclist. It's a good effort, but he gives himself away as an amateur. And I'll tell you how, Scott. It's obvious he's been influenced by the Baroque.
Really?
And in the Baroque, they did not exhaust the reds the way that he has, and that's really what gives him away. I'd say he needs to work a little more on his hues, and I'd probably get a little more abstract instead of pulling through the clarity that he's pulling through.
Guidance.
Would you like to contrast it with my piece?
I would love to.
Okay, this is the first time that it's been seen.
Is that right?
And here we go.
It's very interesting. Can you tell me about that piece?
I call it Ode to Filmmaker. This actually captures a filmmaker filming a film about a filmmaker filming a film.
I regret to say that Zach Park's wonderful painting was recently stolen. Rest assured, we've hired the nation's foremost art detective, Talladega Ted from Alabama, and I'm sure that he will do everything in his powers to recover the painting.
We're here on the steps of the Hudson Gallery, We've been called in by my good friend Scott Hudson to find the perpetrators. They have stolen the painting of the famous Zach Park. We're going to start with the obvious first. Hold my beer, Edith. Hold my shotgun. Has anybody seen a painting? Has anybody seen a painting? Roll Tide. Okay, Floyd, get ready for business here. Let's go. Come on, Floyd.
No, don't eat that. Here, what's over here? What do you smell? Footprints.
Oh, looks like they're on their first clue. What did you find, Edith?
Footprints. This must be footprints of the suspect. Got a map, a getaway map.
Looks like the plans.
Oh,
looks like the break-in
plans.
plans.
It's obvious we've got two culprits here.
Well, let's see
two
it.
suspects. We got
It
one
looks like
person,
it's been written in some kind of code.
some kind of code or straight English. Come on, Floyd. Come on, Floyd. Let's go.
Floyd's
see
pretty interested in those feet prints.
Come on. We're gonna have to dust these. Send them to
Looks
the
like
county.
a fingerprint to me.
It's a pretty big fingerprint, and I think, yep, as I suspected, it's maple syrup.
They've been eating pancakes.
Yeah, why don't we get forensics in here? Or I'll just lift it myself. There we go. Another good job.
Great job. Good job, pretty boy. I know we're hot on their trail. It's not Pink Floyd. It's Pretty Boy Floyd. How did the bad guys get my Floyd?
Classic
Looks like Floyd got the drop on them.
Floyd.
What do you got to say for yourselves?
I like your dog.